my video lecture on occasion of International FDP on Environment and Sustainability, sponsored by UNESCO, UVNG, Open Education for Better World, and organized by D.Y. Patil College of Engineering, Pune. Myself, Dr. Prakash Kadam. I'm working as a Associate Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, JSPM, JSV, Rapsar, Pune. The occasion of this International FDP, I have uploaded in week 1 video on JIT philosophy, a step towards environment sustainability. In week 2 video, Toyota Production System TPS, Art of Lean with Environment and Sustainability. Welcome to week 4 video on sustainable manufacturing. After watching this video, learner will understand the Sustainable Development Goals. What are the SDGs? Through this video, to create awareness of sustainable manufacturing. Learners will able to explain the 6R approach to sustainable manufacturing. All must know and able to explain the concept of carbon emission along with footprints, calculations, computation, and last but important, standards and protocols will be clear. Those are ISO or IEEE or other company specific standards. Understand Sustainable Development Goals, that is SDGs. Under this, first we understood what is the sustainable means able to produce or sustain for an indefinite period without damaging the environment or without depleting a resource. That is, it may be renewable. In the year 1987, United Nations and Brundtland Norway and independent of the UN to focus on environmental development problems and solutions. They define the sustainable development. According to this UN Brundtland Commission, definition of sustainable development is development that meets the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generating to meet their own needs. US National Research Council in 1999 argues that there are three important components sustainable development: what is to be developed, what is to be sustained, and intergenerational component. This finally brings out three ideas to be developed: people, society, and economy. United Nations Human Settlements Program in India, with support of UN agencies in India, develop sustainable development, and they form the 5 ideas. This one first is the people, end poverty and hunger, prosperity, peace, partnership, planet. According to United Nations, there are 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, with 169 targets. These are universal goals with local implications and intervention possibilities. These universal goals are being localized to the context of each country to ensure relevance, applicability, and accountability in the planning, design, and implementation of policies and programs. In this context, urban local bodies, ULBs, have a very crucial role to play in achieving these SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. This total 17 SDGs are as per here. See, first one is no poverty. zero hunger. Second. Third, good health and well-being. Fourth, quality education. Fifth, gender equality. Sixth, clean water and sanitation. Seventh, affordable and clean energy. Eighth, decent work and economic growth. Ninth, it's also very important, industry innovation and infrastructure. 10th, reduce inequalities. 11th, sustainable cities and communities. 12th, sustainable consumption and production. 13th, climate action. 14th, life below water. 15th, life on land. 16th, peace, justice and strong institutions. And last, 17th is the partnership for the goals. How to reach all 17 goals? To achieve all goals, we have to work one by one on one goal. Let's go to the goal number 9. This goal number 9 include this industry innovation and infrastructure. Build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation to become a leader in achieving sustainable development goals. So what can urban local bodies do? Here, urban local bodies do map existing and potential industry cluster in the area. Second, infrastructure required for the industry and innovations. Third is the hazardous industries and promote. Similarly, they can identify and track what to be identify and track potential industries where manufacturing processes could be made sustainable and startups that could lead innovation in the area. To achieve these goals, ULBs has to facilitate access of infrastructure including regional infrastructure for industrial development, access of financial services, affordable credit and markets, urban innovation labs, mainstreaming the climate change agenda in various missions such as smart cities, Amrit and others, green technologies for the industries, access of information and communications technology to all, joint collaboration to tap into private sector resources. This is the facilitate. And how to create? Creating the awareness on the sustainable manufacturing process. IC material on green technologies and innovations protection services. What to maintain then? Maintain the database on industry in the area. In achieving achieving this goal, people to support us, they may be industry association, academic institution, local professionals, R&D centers, local entrepreneurs, urban development and other departments, etc. Resources to took for small business program of Day Nulam, PM Mudra program, industry and other government schemes for industry development and state sponsored schemes so that we can achieve this SDG. But we have to more focus for this lecture awareness on sustainability, sustainable manufacturing process. The main topic to sustainable manufacturing, the main purpose to create awareness of sustainable manufacturing. Here we'll start with the manufacturing as a specific field in engineering starts from human thinking and imagination, acquiring a new knowledge about natural scientific phenomena through physical utilization of materials and resources towards value creation via products, process, services using technology and management. Focus on sustainable manufacturing. See here, evolution of manufacturing system, traditional manufacturing, after that lean manufacturing, green manufacturing and sustainable manufacturing. Start with the traditional manufacturing practices have a focus primarily on pre-manufacturing, manufacturing and use stages of product life cycles, leading to excessive waste and landfall. While in lean manufacturing, practices focus on waste elimination, that is reduce. In green manufacturing, emphasizes the use of reduce 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. None of these strategies enable maximizing value recovery from end of life. Implementing a sustainable manufacturing practices 6R approach: reduce, reuse, recover, redesign, recycle and remanufacturing. Methodology enables closed loop total life cycle based material flow with a holistic consideration at the product process and system level. So sustainable manufacturing is implemented at the product process and system level, and environmental impact, improved energy and resource efficiency, generate a minimum quantity of waste, operational safety and personal health, while maintaining or improving the product and process quality with overall life cycle cost benefit. This evaluation of manufacturing strategies for the entire life cycle, covering 4 life cycle stages, explain the 6R approach in this sustainable manufacturing. Here the first stage, pre-manufacturing, see material extraction, material processing and designing. It come under the pre-manufacturing. Under the manufacturing, what are the processes are for manufacturing in industry? After that, use by the customer and upgrade the maintain it, and after that post use. That may be various processes which is used for the sustainable manufacturing. So decision must be taken so that the design support tools sets supported by life cycle data, and this data must be stored here. Whatever the life cycle of the product, it must be stored. In post use, the 6R approach we are going to learn in the next slide. In the 6R approach to sustainable manufacturing, we are going to study the 6Rs which enable closed loop multiple life cycles. Start with the first R, reduce. Mainly focuses on reduce use of energy, materials and other resources during manufacturing, and mitigation of emissions and waste during the use stage and increases resources efficiency. The activity reuse refers to product or its components after first life cycle. In subsequent life cycles, to reduce the usage of virgin materials to produce such products and components. Third, recycle end of life materials which generally waste normally heading to landfills into new materials for next generation products. Fourth, recover collecting end of use products. In the last stage, disassembling those products, sorting those products and cleaning, utilizing in subsequent life cycles of the product. Recovery, it provides the basis for generating value streams such as reusing, redesigning, recycling and remanufacturing. Next, the redesign, fifth one, involves redesigning next generation products, used components, residual materials and resources recovered from previous life cycle of the products. Last approach is remanufacturing. Without loss of functionality, reprocessing of already used products for restoration of their original state. We can remanufacture, and these are the 6 approaches to save the environment.
The Simple Show explains the carbon footprint. This is you. You've probably been hearing a lot about climate change and how you should reduce your carbon footprint. But what is that exactly? Just like an actual footprint, it's a mark you leave upon the environment. No, not with your shoes, but with every action that releases carbons. Those are the harmful gases, such as CO2, which are pumped out by burning fossil fuels like oil or gas. The more fuel you use, the bigger your footprint will be. You may think that by driving your car, the only carbons you release come from the engine, but no. Consider the carbons that are emitted just to get fuel into the tank. From the energy needed to extract the oil from underground, the pollution caused by transportation and refinement, to the final delivery to your local petrol station. Not to mention the CO2 released by manufacturing your car in the first place. More than you thought, huh? So unless you live in a cave, you and everything you own has its own carbon footprint. Read a book? Printing and distributing. It uses energy. Brush your teeth, and your utensils will have a history in a factory. Even something as basic as an apple could have traveled hundreds or even thousands of polluting miles to end up in your local supermarket. You see, it's pretty much impossible to leave no carbon footprint behind, but that's no reason to stop trying. Think about your actions and choices, and you'll be able to reduce your personal mark after all. That's how you really put the boot into climate change.
The main purpose to make the awareness in sustainable development, but focus main on the how to calculate the carbon footprints, carbon dioxide emission, and here is some websites are like carbonify.com, which will provided here for calculator. Under this calculator, we can calculate this carbon emission annually in tons for small car or average medium car, SUV, four-wheel drive, electricity use, naturally propane gas, fuel oil heating, air travel, train travel. Like this, all we can put it the value here, and we can get it the CO2 annually emitted. Coming to the ISO, IEEE or other company specific standards.
No matter what country
ISO
we
is
live
an
in, you and me and millions of people
non-governmental
like us are passionate
international
about protecting the environment and
with a
fighting
membership
climate
of
change.
164
But we
national
know that
standard
environmental problems
bodies.
like pollution and climate change do not stop at
ISO,
borders.
global network
So
of
tools for tackling
national
them
standard
need to be
bodies
effective on a
for
global
members
scale. ISO's
are
environmental standards are
almost
tools for
standard
translating passion
regulation
into
in
effective
their
action
countries.
globally.
And
When
there
it
is
comes to
only
the
one member
environment,
per
confidence
country.
has a nickname
Each member
that's
represents
recognized worldwide.
ISO
Now you know it too.
country.
It's ISO.
ISO, the International Standard Organization, has developed number of standards. Out of this, one of the standard which is related to environmental management system. ISO standard name ISO 14001 2015. Status is published. Publication date 2015-9. Edition 3. Pages 35. Technical Committee ISO TC 207 SC1. After that, ISO 14001-2015 Environmental Management Systems improve your environmental performance with this family of standards. They have different standards under this 14001. ISO 14004-2016 Environmental Management Systems General Guidelines on Implementation. Similarly, ISO 14005 revised 2019 published in 19.5 edition 2 with technical committee ISO TC 207 SC1. Coming to the specific related to the tractors and machinery for agriculture and forestry manufacturing industry. This standard is ISO 17989-1 2015. It's published 2015 12 publication date, edition 1, pages 15, technical committee ISO TC 23. This ISO 17989-1 2015 provides guidelines to assist designers and manufacturers for tractor and machinery for agriculture and forestry to integrate sustainability principles, practices and consideration into their organization and processes. This part of ISO 17989 is specially applicable to equipment used in the production of food, fiber, fuel and number of humans and livestock. Coming to the next standard related to road vehicles recyclability and recoverability calculation method. The standard is defined. Standard name is ISO 22628 2002, published in 2002. This standard is updated in 2018, edition 1, pages 8, technical committee ISO TC 22. This international standard specifies a method for calculating the recyclability rate and recoverability rate of a new road vehicle, each expressed as a mass fraction of the vehicle. Under this procedure performed by vehicle manufacturer, when a new road vehicle is put on the market, potentially the vehicle can be recycled, reused or both recyclability rate, or recovered, reuse, or both recoverability rate. Hence, to the conclude this video, to achieve these goals, sustainable development goals, with the sustainable manufacturing, I will like to conclude the sustainable manufacturing achieved with the 6R approach and the various techniques I have told. And we must know the carbon footprints, carbon emission, along with the ISO standard or IEEE standard or standard given by the company. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So thank you for watching me. Please like, share my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.